Hello guys, welcome to the video. Today I will be discussing quotes that changed my life and that have made me think in a certain different way from the past. These are quotes that either I have seen on movies or I have read in the Bible or in different books. And I think these quotes can help you improve yourself and work to be better every day. So I recollected 5 quotes that literally have motivated me in the most difficult times. For example, for me, I'm going through a tough period of time right now, so it's not all easy. So these quotes remind me exactly what I need to be looking for, what I need to be facing and working on as the time goes by and things get harder. So we'll start with quote number 1. This one is from the movie Rocky Balboa. Rocky himself says the quote. I need my glasses, I'm so blind. It says, "Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done." So this quote is very powerful because life does hit us harder than a boxing ring or a punch in the face. Sometimes we lose family members. Sometimes we have a mental health issue or a health issue itself, like cancer and many other things. And life will punch you until you're bleeding, and sometimes you just don't want to get up. So this quote is about how much you can get hit by life and still get on your feet. And I like how he used this quote to help his kid understand that life is not fair. And you cannot go out there and blaming others when sometimes you're responsible for your own failures and for getting up from them. So I love this quote a lot. And it's one of the things it's impressive. Number 2 is Will Smith. I think he was doing an interview when he said these words. It says, "Fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist. Do not misunderstand me. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice." And this is true. A former friend of mine told me that the acronym for fear is false expectation appearing real. Fear. So literally you are expecting something to happen, but in reality it's all here. It's not in reality. The danger is real. Like there's situations that fear will be triggered and there's real danger, like diving off a plane like he did, or just fighting an opponent and fearing that you might die or that you may get hurt. The danger is real, but it hasn't happened yet. So fear is a way for us to prepare ourselves for the worst, but sometimes the worst never happens. And sometimes what fear does is it holds us back and it actually creates a situation that we were trying to avoid in the first place. The 3rd quote is from Bruce Lee. "Be like water making its way through the cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you should find a way around or through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle and it becomes the bottle. You put it into a teapot and it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friends. So this one is about adapting. You have to adapt to life. Life, like we said with the first quote, life will throw you a jab here and a jab there. And Bruce Lee knew that you have every potential to be flexible like water. So if somebody's coming with a hook like this, you can parry it and avoid it. But at the same time, you're able to adapt, to reflect on what really is the issue and adapt to it to a way that you can actually face the situation. It's one of the best advice I have ever heard. I know that life is a pain in the freaking ass, but we can all adapt to the circumstances that surround us. And that's one of my favorite quotes. This one is taken from the Bible, and I know many of you may not believe in the Bible, but I think this little scripture or this little quote is very necessary, especially for me nowadays. And it's from Jesus. It says, "Do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Let the day's own trouble be sufficient for the day." So in other words, you own and you create nothing by fearing about tomorrow, by thinking about tomorrow. If you think something's gonna happen tomorrow, let it happen tomorrow. Don't let that ruin today. That's easier said than done, to be completely honest with you. But it's one of those things that once you do it, you're free from all that pain that expecting the worst causes you every single time. And this last quote, number 5, is from Aunt May in Spider-Man 2. And it's one of the best quotes that you can ever hear in your life. "I believe there's a hero in all of us. That keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes us noble, and finally allows us to die with pride. Even though sometimes we have to be steady and give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams." So Aunt May is telling us in this quote that you have to understand that everybody can be a hero. Everybody is the own protagonist in their own story. Everybody has an individuality that if you're a noble person, a kind-hearted person, you can actually be a hero to somebody else and you may not even know it. I met this man in Seattle. We were walking from after a Christmas party the day before, and we were walking around the city in Seattle, and this guy sees me holding my wife like this, right? Her arm going through here, and I'm holding my pose like this. That used to be used a lot back in the day. And he's like, "You're my hero." And I looked at him and I'm like, "Why are you telling me that I'm your hero?" He's like, "Because not a lot of people do that nowadays." And yeah, I wasn't doing anything. I didn't feel like a hero, but to him I was. And to me, he was my hero. Those kind words in that very moment made me feel great. It made me feel great about myself. It made me feel great about my relationship with my wife. It made me feel great about life. It was such a genuine act of kindness from him that I will never forget it. I will never forget that experience in the big city. I don't live in the big city. But to see that there's still good people out there that actually care and are kind It's the greatest thing. That's why Al May says that anybody can be a hero. But then she says something else. Sometimes we have to be steady and give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams. Which means that sometimes we have to let things go for the sake of our partner, for the sake of our relationships, and for our own sake. Sometimes we have to let things go. And that's hard because life will make you want to hold on to things with your dear heart. But sometimes, many times, the thing that will heal us is exactly that, is letting go. And I have struggled with this one, honestly. It's one of the hardest ones to do. It is so difficult to let things go, and yet so refreshing when you actually do it. So those are the 5 quotes that literally influence my life every day. I still have to work on many of them, like the quote from Jesus Christ, the quote from Bruce Lee, and the quote from An Mei, in the sense of not worrying about the future, in the sense of not being anxious about it, and the sense of giving up things so that we can feel better, and also in the sense of being flexible and understanding that life will make us like water. We'll have to adapt. So I think that's what I need to work on. What about you? Any quotes you would like to share with us? Make sure to like this video, comment on that quote that motivate you and motivate you to be better. And make sure to subscribe, hit the notifications button so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I hope you guys are doing great. I hope 2022 is treating you kindly. And have a great day, guys. Peace.